When you begin to start walking on your life's purpose or mission, the universe cheers you on by showing synchronicities and signs to you. Hi, my name's India. So I'm going to talk about what I said in the intro. The intro was actually an automatic writing that I wrote. It's like a sentence long message. But I also want to show how that actually, an example of it in my life. I actually have all of my earth guides that I like to watch and who guide me through this life journey. I have them linked in the description box below. One of them who I listen to weekly, Sterling, the psychic medium. For almost a year now, I've been asking him questions about my life purpose. How do you know, when you're on it? What's the signs? Different questions to that nature. I think I've asked roughly that same question about over 20 times. He has a show weekly I've been watching for a year, whatever, almost a year. So maybe give or take 20 something shows. And I've never gotten my question answered, not one time. But I still watch them anyways. I get a lot of value out of them. Just recently, I started this YouTube channel, but I've always wanted to do it for like maybe a good 2 years now. I've just been, maybe like a year now, honestly, really. But I've just been resistant towards it, scared, fearful of, being vulnerable and showing my face. There's multiple things. When I know I had a real calling for it, I really had a real, like I told you, if you read the description, I've been intuitively called to this, and I could not answer the call anymore. But I've been resisting this for a while. And last week, I asked the question about fertility and lifespan from Sterling. Because if you listen to him, he says that we're going to start living longer. So then I asked, well, will women start being fertile longer? And the answer was yes. Then, he went into detail about it. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's like after a year of asking questions from this psychic, he finally answered my question. So how you get your questions answered is by going on their community tab on their YouTube. And they get like 500 to 600 questions weekly. And they only answer about 50 of them. So they weaned down to 50, and my question got answered for once. And it wasn't a question that I always ask about my life purpose, what I should be doing. Kind of honestly, the lost and desperation questions that I was asking him about life and why the world is the way it is, whatever, all those things. The one question got answered was just about general life and people. But that's not why it got answered. The reason, and I know the reason this question got answered. Now, this is his 2 shows ago now. And this was the first week that I started my YouTube channel. So I started my YouTube channel, did the first video, and then 9 days later, he answered my question. Within the week, within the time frame of the very next show that he would have, I got my question answered out of a whole entire year. And y'all, the only reason I got this came and manifested for me is because I finally just walked on my path, stopped resisting. I just did what. This is fun for me, y'all. This brings me so much joy, talking to y'all, being free, sharing things that are magical and working for me in my life. I feel so good. I've never felt like this about anything. And there's more examples that I'm gonna show in more videos. But I want to keep the videos a little short because my first video was almost a half an hour. So I think these are more digestible. All I had to do was stop resisting and do what makes me happy and what's fun and freeing to me, which is this. And then I get, like I told you, the small manifestations. You have to pay attention to the small ones for the big ones to show up in your life. And this was a small one. I've wanted my question answered from him for years. I've always wanted, for a year, excuse me. I've always wanted Sterling to answer my question for almost a year now. And as soon as I stepped into my power, my purpose, and my joy, I got my question answered. And it's a good question, a good answer for all of us, right? Wasn't that amazing? I want to share that short story with you. I thought that was nice and fun, and it made me really happy. If this is your first time here, I would love if you'll subscribe and like the video. I'm trying to do these weekly, but I'm consistent. I'm gonna stick with this, y'all. And we'll see where it takes me, all right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Bye.